Let's continue our study on the 8 principles. Third day na po tayo. And now let's talk about heat and cold. We have here syndrome for full cold or yang deficiency and full heat or yin deficiency. So signs and symptoms of full cold, we have aversion to cold, cold limbs, chills, no thirst or desire for warm drinks, pale, loose stools, clear urine, fatigue, lethargic, clear watery, and profuse discharge. Tongue is pale, moist, with white coat, and the pulse is slow or tight. At dito naman sa full heat or yin deficiency, signs and symptoms are no aversion to cold, hot, dry limbs, fever, thirst for cold drinks, red face and eyes, constipation, dark scanty urine, irritability, yellow thick discharge. And then the tongue is red with yellow dry coat. The pulse is rapid or full. Now let's go to relationship between cold and heat. Complicated symptoms of cold and heat. Cold and heat, signs and symptoms at the same time. So we have here heat above with cold below, or cold above with heat below. Then exterior cold with interior heat syndrome. That is chronic interior heat gets exterior cold. Then exterior heat with interior cold syndrome. It is chronic interior cold gets exterior heat when it is over time. Okay. And then transformation of cold and heat. It is a consuming of one another. So we have cold syndrome changing into heat syndrome. Example is exterior cold when it is prolonged, it turns into heat. Then heat syndrome changing into cold syndrome. That is exterior heat when prolonged, it turns into cold. Then true heat interior with false cold in the exterior. So in excess, interior heat which hinders the yang qi from reaching the exterior. So true cold interior which with false heat exterior. So excess yin cold interior which forces yang qi to exterior. Okay, now true and false. Next part. True and false phenomenon in heat and cold syndromes. We have here syndromes of true heat with false cold and true cold with false heat. Signs and symptoms of true heat with false cold are thirst with preference for cold drinks, no covers when lying down, dark complexion, no swelling, red, hot skin, cold limbs but anterior side of the body is hot, dry or severe hot diarrhea, and then dark scanty urine. The tongue is deep red with dry yellow coat, and the pulse is deep, thin, and forceful. Dito naman sa true cold with false heat, signs and symptoms are thirst with preference for cold warm drinks, covers up when lying down, red complexion, there is swelling, then the skin has normal color and temperature, it's also normal. Then limbs hot, anterior side of body is normal temperature. Limbs are hot, but anterior side of the body is normal in temperature. And then loose stools and clear urine. Tongue is pale, moist with white coat, and then the pulse is large but weak.